Can you hear now? What's up, guys? Can you hear me now? Thanks, Leroy. Oh, come on up, brother. Let me see something. Let's see if you can. Yeah, come on up. Let's see if we can get this conversation going on. We got a couple of pieces of conversation to get into. Let me see if I can get All right. So with this show here, I just wanted to kind of quickly go into, our style of debate. I think this is also a point of destruction, and it's probably something that we don't even consider a big deal. So yeah, let me cut this off. Yeah, but something we probably don't even consider a big deal because I think we enjoy the competition so much because we are a competitive group of folks. But at the same time, they can use your competition. And let me see if Leroy can come in. What's going on, brother? Go ahead, talk. Hello? Dang, it's still not coming through. Oh, I could try it again. Oh no, that's old. Hold on, I'm trying to see. Man, we've been having a sound issue here. See if it's your microphone, Leroy. Let me see something. Let me see if my things work.
All these cases.
Okay, so they work now. Because on Google Chrome they wouldn't even. I couldn't hear those. I couldn't even hear the videos yesterday. So I hear them now. So Leroy, go ahead and try to adjust your mic or something to make sure that and stuff is working because this is on Firefox and it should be working because everything else is working right now. So let's see if it's your mic or what have you. Other than that, I have to bring you in on the phone. But yeah, I just like I said, I wanted to do this show to kind of focus on the way our people debate because a lot of times, a lot of us can know what's a good course of action to get done so that we can get some more production out of our people. But if we don't have any kind of team, if we're always debating every little thing, we get, how competitive we are. We get so mad at each other when we disagree because I find that there's an energy that's connected to our decision. It's almost like the all right, let's see if this one works. Hey, go ahead. I still don't hear you. I hear your sound coming in, but is Joe Biden messing up your microphone again? Is dang on the Russian bots messing that up? Zelensky? Well, it's probably Mark Davis at work. That's probably what it is. He done reversed your internet profile, and that man done put some government thing on your. That old Mark Davis boy, he's something else. He be over there defending them Democrats, boy, for real. You ain't gonna get too much past him. Yeah, but I wanted to see. We have a lot of issues with our debates. I noticed, like I said, there's an energy behind our debates. Once someone disagrees with us, we come up with a feeling about them, and that could actually restrict our ability to hear what they say. You know, even if they're saying something that could be productive, could help or do anything of betterment to us. So, you know, I wanted to kind of get something in. Yeah, Biden strikes again. There it is. The Biden, I mean, really, this man, let me see something. Because let me see if it works like this. Let me try this one for you. Let me do it this way. What's up? Can you talk?
Hello?
Yeah. Okay. Is this the same microphone? I can hear you on this.
Yeah, man. Bro, I don't know what they're doing. They hating hard.
Let me see. Let me check the internet connection and see if. Let me do it this way.
Nah, I mean.
Hold on.
Oh, see.
Let me see if you on live. I just want to make sure that everybody can hear your voice because it's the same computer. Go ahead.
Yo, what's happening? Everything popping? Can you hear me? Am I coming through clear? Yeah, Mark Davis defending him with everything he got.
Yeah, I think you can be heard. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, you hear the reverb, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes. I'm still gonna try and sign in with the tablet. You know, for some reason the internet getting flake on the tablet again. It's working fine all day. Charged it, made sure. I don't know.
Yeah,
these are the enemy's tools.
Yeah, you coming through. All right, so anyway, I think we got the conversation going. We got my brother Leroy here. We got multiple streams, and you know, the enemy, you know, they got multiple ways, and guess what? We got multiple ways to try to make it happen too. So that's what we're gonna do.
Circumventing.
That's right.
We're gonna circumvent
everything. We're gonna make it happen. But like I said, anybody, make sure you guys press the thumbs up. That's very important because it does actually, YouTube has a little AI program in there, and when you do the little thumbs up stuff, it kind of helps it, whatever. Even
get out there to the masses,
sharing. So I want to go with several little debates that we had these little debates, and we sit up here arguing with folks. I'm about to share our show on the hotbed of Rashard Ritchie.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna share it there. Bam. Let's see if there's somebody from there listening. I'm trying to get.
Come on, haters.
I'm trying to get Cornelius up in here to see what because he shows his picture, but he don't come up and talk. I know he listens sometimes, so hopefully Cornelius can come on up and
Yeah, Mark Davis, come on up. We know what you look like now.
Mark ain't coming up.
No. He's a coward, just like the rest of them. Man, on this debate, we got to talk about give Mark Stoudemire some time.
Oh no, I got that. Yeah, you sent me this, and we gonna deal with. Okay, yeah, because I just seen that stuff you sent on Messenger. So we're gonna deal with how I feel about this thing. They keep messing with our words, trying to redefine what we do, woke. And these are the same enemies, man. And okay, so look, and let me, I'm about to do this. Let's do this like this.
But
All right,
but
first
the
off,
con
let's
is
see
so
something.
strong.
Huh?
Look, the con is so strong.
It's very strong, and it's not easy. So I know it's not easy. That's why I don't be getting mad at people that much. It's a little frustrating, but when they're saying stuff, and then I had to be careful because sometimes I had to think, hey, maybe I'm true. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not wrong, because sometimes I'm wrong too. I don't pretend like I know it, because I could be deceived too. Because guess what? The book tells you who gonna deceive the whole world.
Satan.
And we seriously be thinking, he ain't gonna get me. That's arrogance. He got you. He already got you. You ain't gonna get me.
More than not get me. People who are cognizant are just really wary. That's WARY of what they seeing out here, and a lot of people not. They're not even wary. They're not even. They're just taking it and running with it. Whatever information is put before them.
Well, see, this is a prime example. So this is why it's important to kind of have a foundation of why stuff is right and why stuff is wrong. This picture here created a debate. You seen this, right? Did you see this on Facebook?
Oh wow, no, I haven't.
Okay.
No, I haven't. But you know what I have seen?
Mm-hmm.
I saw this one post where it's big up in the black woman saying all civilization comes out of her. Look, I'm not down in the sisters, but it didn't start with y'all. It started with man. I didn't make those rules. I didn't make it happen. I'm just going by it. And they have a real problem with that, homie. But this is ridiculous. They got, who is that?
Woke up, man.
And signing the Constitution.
She just in the room with a bunch of white men. I know that's right behind her with his hand on the documents, with his right hand on the document, right behind her butt is who? Thomas Jefferson. That's a picture.
That's George Washington.
No. Look at him good. So let's see. Let's verify. Let's see. Because I try to get to the point where I'm just trying to be truthful. Let me see. Let me make sure, because you might be right. That's the thing. That's one thing I think.
Thomas.
Let's look at it.
Thomas Jefferson is behind George Washington.
Let's see. I want to see.
But they got up in a stripper gear. Good night.
Let's see.
That's what I'm saying.
Trying to see the various ones of him. Okay, I can share the screen. Okay. Hold on.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're really going above and beyond.
But what does that say to you? What kind of symbolization that you kind of just off the rip? What is this? What kind of imagery does that do to your mind? And then what do you think it does to, the mind of other folks? Like that may not be familiar. That may not be familiar with black folks, and because you know how like sometimes we can look at like Asian people, we can't tell the difference between. Some of us can't tell the difference. Now, when we get older, sometimes we can, but some of us can't tell the difference just from looking at people between Koreans, Chinese people, Japanese folks, and maybe some other Asian folks. And of course, they can tell the difference between each other. But I've been told by a Cambodian brother, who's I can't tell the difference between y'all and Jamaicans and Haitians. I don't know. He said he don't know the difference between us. He can't tell. So the thing is, from people's perspectives, they like all y'all the same. I don't know none of y'all. All y'all the same thing. But we
I mean, you're
know,
black, you're black.
but we know that there's South Americans. We know that there's Caribbean islands. We know that there's people from Dago Central, black folks from Central America, and we know, of course, we got New York black folks, we got LA black folks, we got North, we got South. We know all that stuff, but everybody else don't know, and it really don't matter when they're looking at stuff. But this is what's being put out there. That that's just interesting to me.
Well, I mean, off rip, you see who they don't. It draws a stark comparison as to who they're letting in the room, and they're not letting black men in the room.
Right.
By going by that picture, and the black women they will let in the room, it's about what she looked like, not about what's in between her ears.
Right.
She basically looking like a trophy in a trollop. That might be strong for some, but hey, that's what I see.
Yeah.
And that's not a good representation of the sisters at all. Something they should be running away from. But we got Sexyy Red out here selling not fingernail
disgusting
polish,
titles.
lip gloss.
Nasty. And then anybody who buys that, what does that say about you? You know what I mean?
Gonorrhea green.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean,
oh
all kind of
God.
stuff. She
like
she got something called vaginal discharge or something.
God, bro. Like this.
Yeah.
But see, also that makes the men of that makes the men like disrespect the women. You can't have a function society if y'all don't have a basic respect for each other. I don't know who think that they can. You can't. You're dead. See, we don't even understand the danger of stuff. We think we can debate everything away, and then since we won the debate, then it's okay. Like if there's an actual flood coming, and then a homeless person who's not really good at talking, it's what they're gonna kill everybody. Goddamn it, we can't kill again. Excuse me, sir. What are you talking about? There's a flood that's coming and killing people. You gotta get out of here. You can't get. Well, I don't see the evidence of that. I don't see the evidence of that. Where's the peer-reviewed studies? We're not understanding what you can't even speak well. Look at you. It has nothing to do with the reality. It has nothing to do with the reality of, what's going to actually end up happening to you because you don't want to listen to what's happening. So let me go here. I just want to see. I don't know. That looks, to me, it just looked more like Thomas Jefferson, but you're probably right.
That's George in the front.
This is, let me see. Let's go to this one.
TJ right behind him. But all of them are behind her though.
I know, but the way that one that's right behind her, that is, okay, maybe that's a younger him. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, he looked like he got his fist up her, you know what?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the kind of stuff that, now, but see, the people don't understand that's actually a knock on us as men too, because that's basically saying, look how weak you are. You cannot protect, you can't control your own women. Your women, they follow and obey us. You know what I'm saying? And we got them doing the dumbest stuff. We can kill them if we want to. And then you're stupid enough to laugh when we embarrass them as if it's not a weakness on your part. We don't really.
Yeah, I mean, it is that to a certain extent, but some of the onus does fall on the women as well.
Dude, it don't matter. All of that, at the end of the day, you're dead as a group. That's the
Yeah, I mean,
bottom line.
I understand the assault. I
Yeah,
understand the
and
assault,
at the
but
end of the day, they got to do it. See, and that is all they're caring about. See, all our internal debating on certain stuff, it's only to me. I'm just saying this is my perception. It's only important when we're going to actually where we're talking about how we're going to actually solve a problem. We now if we're debating admitting that this is an issue, to me I don't know because it don't take much to prove that you got a problem. But then when we're talking about okay, this is I want to go to this house, you want to go to a higher elevation to get away from the flood, or
sure.
you want to listen to Moses, but we're gonna laugh at Moses. Oh, excuse me, Noah. We're gonna laugh at Noah.
Yeah, no.
It's
Hey, some of them laughed at Moses too, especially when they got out there in the wilderness.
every truth teller gets laughed at. This is
Hey,
consistent.
drop the link on Facebook.
Oh yeah, okay. Let me do it that way too.
Yeah, drop it on there.
Yeah, actually, let me do it this way. Yeah, because
circumvent them using their own platforms because evidently the tablet connection stays stable on which is circumvent them using their own platforms.
Oh, this is weird. Hello? Can you still hear me? Okay. Yeah, because that was weird. Yeah, okay, because see, I'm using this differently, so that was weird because the sound was coming on Facebook and it was creating a reverb a little bit, but whatever. Nah, but I want to play this thing, but also I want to show some of the debates that we have. This is some of the debates I want to. Well, actually, you know what? No. Let me do it this way. I'm trying to get this downloaded. Where is it? Here it is. This one. This is the one.
For many years, racism in America.
All right. That's not what. Yeah, but that's the one you sent me. Okay. Okay. Can you try to talk over there?
All right, let me throw the. Let's see. Come on. Put the phone on mute. Stand by.
All right. Not hearing it over here.
Nope, sure not. I mean, the connection fell off again. I don't know. Whatever. Let the program roll, man.
Right.
Let it roll.
Right. Yeah, we can hear you on the main thing though. But yeah, this is kind of crazy. But yeah, this photo created a debate, and like in kind of what you were saying, it got into the situation between the men and women, which is where they got us. Because you see how, of course that would make any group of men angry when they see their woman bed wenching in front of slave masters. That's not a fun picture to look at if you are a man of your group who cares about cares about your group, you really don't want to see that. And if you're a woman of your group who cares about your group, you don't want to see that either. You really don't.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of stuff.
That is pretty bad.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we're dealing with in America. That's oppression. But let me present this screen, see if I can show some of these debates that we be having sometimes. I just want to show some of the ones y'all have. You got some in mind on Facebook? Let me see.
I think I sent you some screenshots.
Oh, you did? Okay, let's see.
I think I did on Messenger.
Oh, here's a big one. Now this is a debate me and your friend had. What's her name? What's her name?
Riel Sana.
Nah, this one. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's the one you put up there. Amari Stoudemire. This one here.
Oh, Amari. I wonder has he read the tablet since?
This is what. Oh yeah, and see that's why I wanted to. Charlene, Sister Charlene. Now I know y'all agree 100% on politically. But
I mean, she has some points, but right now she.
But you know the thing
she's
is,
going in on the Muslims.
but remember what I was saying, and the other. So this one here, we had this debate. A little, you know, me and Charlene, Sister Charlene, yeah, who I love. You see, I do it on both sides. See, that's why when you be like, oh, you be closing the door, forget Rashad Richard, forget all this. I'm like, listen, you know what I mean? I guarantee you, I don't care about the political side, really. I only care about how is it going to benefit the black folks from waking up, because really, to me, God has already given us every physical thing. We have every physical resource that we require to start getting some really good progress for our community. We have every physical resource as far as the resources. We literally have it. We think we need the paper, but we can get the paper because we have the resources to attract that paper. We got the talent, we got the education, we have the numbers. We have a nice, good wealth of numbers. So the thing is, it would inconvenience us a little bit because some of our people would have to take some risk and break some connections to people that, you know, it's hard for us to understand that those connections are causing us a problem. But you see, the Democrats and the Republicans are all locked in step with the dang on U's.
Oh, absolutely.
And remember on that other page, I forgot which conversation we had. I was saying that these conservative, the folks who grow up in these churches, they are taught to believe that this group of folks are the chosen people. They actually believe this stuff. And it's not that you're supposed to laugh at them. They grew up believing it. They were taught it, and you have to bless Israel, otherwise you won't be blessed. And these sorts of stuff.
And that,
Go ahead.
And you know what? And that's true. Problem is they're trying to bless the wrong Israel.
That's the point. But see, they don't know that. And that's why I said...
And refuse to accept it when you try and make an attempt to explain it to them, whether they white or black.
Right, that's my point. But that's why I say some debate is important. But, you know, there's... excuse me. But there's a way, you know, I just wish we would understand, like, how, you know, it's a way to get it done a little bit better where it's not such an angry thing and it doesn't create. Now, you know, what's this chick's name? I don't like this chick. She's a Democratic shield. You know who this is? You know what I mean?
I can't see it right now. I'm trying to get to it. I can't see it right now.
Take your time. But shoot, I already forgot this woman's name because I don't watch her crap. But she posted this, and it's real. It's true. One of the Israeli folks says there are no innocent civilians in Gaza.
What?
This is what this man says.
So that means everyone in Gaza is fighting them? If that's the case, why they tell them, well, 1.1 million of y'all need to head south because we about to light it up. And as far as them lighting it up, where's the return fire from who they say is attacking them?
That's my point. See those questions. See, you asking questions. Yeah.
Something you're not supposed to
Oh,
do.
but you see
You're
here
supposed
too,
to.
and you can't hear this. This is what we were doing the show on yesterday. You can't hear what he's saying because I'm using Google Chrome. So let me stop that. Look at the Israeli guy. All right, so let me stop Google Chrome here because what's her name? Oh, I forgot this woman's name, but she's a Democratic shield. So yeah, but she posted this. And it's real. Dang, this woman.
Is she an actress?
No, she's some little comedian. She just be on the Breakfast Club and stuff, and she just be Democrat stuff. But the point is,
Angela Rye.
It's kind of like Angela Rye, but that's not her though. It's another one.
Wanda Sykes.
No. She looks like Angela Rye, but she's just a little different. I'll find her name in a minute, but let me see here. Let me try this. But the point is, the thing is though, the fact is, that's wrong. There are innocent civilians, but this guy, they want to commit genocide there because they want the whole territory, and this is evil. It's wrong. But the sister believes that it was important to support that. And so I just kind of engaged her a little bit. Now I know she's Christian, which is beautiful. But she says, okay, so let me see if y'all can see. Can you see the screen? Let me see. Okay, yeah.
Still working on it, bro.
Okay, take your time, but I think the people can see it. But so she says, this is a prime example of a reverse psychology. Attack, kidnap, and murder people, minding their own business, and then accuse them of committing atrocities. Hamas has no excuse, and neither do the Arabs living in Gaza. They can't even live there. Just because they was born there, they have no excuse. Wow.
That's interesting because you said she's a Democratic shield, right?
No, this one, yeah, this lady who posted this one, not the one that I'm reading from. Okay, Miss Charlene. I'm reading from Miss Charlene's comment right now, but the Democratic shield is the one that actually posted this clip, and so this is what me and Miss Charlene was kind of debating on. And so Miss Charlene, she puts in the Charlene Royal. So she just kind of puts in, her comment, and that's what I'm reading right now. So, that was the part I did take issue with. She says, Hamas has no excuse. Okay. They are the military arm of the people in Gaza there, and the Palestinians. So, yeah, of course, they're supposed to be attacked, right? But then when she says, and neither do the Arabs living in Gaza. I'm like, wow. So you was just born there. There's no excuse for you. Okay. Wow. They voted.
Well, if that's the case, should she apply that to the white people here? I'm not saying she should or shouldn't. I'm just posing the question. If that's going to be your mindset, then be consistent. You're supporting the Democrat Party because you say Republicans are racist.
Charlene does, see, that's what I'm saying. Let me make sure you understand this. So think about what I'm saying. This is Charlene's comment. Charlene does not support the Democrats. She is definitely anti-Democrat. So that's Charlene's, Miss Charlene Royal. She is definitely anti-Democrat. The initial post was made by a Democrat. Okay. And I posted it inside the group, right? Now it just shows that this politician in Israel said there are no innocent civilians in Gaza. That's what the post says. That's what the politician in Israel said. So Ms. Charlene agrees with that. Now, Charlene is a Republican Christian. She's right here, and she definitely is anti-Biden and Democrats. She's definitely anti-Democrat. And so that's the thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just taking issue with her on this particular stance in supporting this genocidal position that the Israelis are taking. So that's the issue. That's the issue. So she's definitely not Democrat. Charlene is not. And that's what I'm reading right now, Charlene's post. So we're not talking about this woman that actually
But even in that, okay, so she understands that Democrats are racist.
right.
But if you're gonna side, she still should be consistent in that if that's your view when it comes to everyone who's living in the Gaza Strip, that just because you're born there, you guilty. Well, then Republicans are just as guilty as Democrats. If you're gonna be consistent in your thought process.
But we know that people don't need to be consistent. They just want to believe that they are correct because they feel it, and they might be correct. But what I did, the way I presented my debate to her is I didn't. I did actually try to counter one position she made because she says that. Okay, so they have no excuse because they voted and continue to support Hamas. Okay, okay, but the folks call Hamas is like the Black Panthers. That's just like the government coming shooting everybody up and the police shooting everybody up, and then here your Black Panthers is coming over here feeding your kids, and they ain't no welfare at the time. So. You're just talking over here on the internet, but these people have to live in this place. So they just basically saying that they voted for and continue to support Hamas. How do you think the Israelis should have responded to the Hamas atrocities? Which I haven't really seen them.
They could. Well, exactly. And now coming into the knowledge that Israel formed Hamas to combat Yasser Arafat and PLO.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they wouldn't have never started Hamas, and that's even if it exists.
Right.
I'm to the point now where these could all be boogeymen that they create in order to lash out at, and that's why I said, well, they fired 700 some rockets. From the report T. West put out, that in less than 24 hours, but nobody shot back. Not one.
Yeah. So it's like, what is this? Some stuff that when you start questioning stuff, people have these agendas, and I think they're like, oh, our best friend Biden is about to get elected out.
What do we need to do?
Because
what can we do?
Because when that Ukraine thing stops in Russia, because Trump, everybody hates Trump, but how many wars? You know what I'm saying?
Zero.
Well, so
the closest thing we got to it was
you got Mark Davis in there talking about, he was a wimp because he didn't start the war with Russia.
Wow. Yeah, like he was going to run back in now after what he said, I served this country 26 years or 23 years.
Yeah.
You don't even care about the country from the looks of it, unless it's a Democrat running it. Then why didn't you quit while you was in the service when Democrats were running the show? I mean, not my bad. When Republicans were running the show. Yeah. If he was in the service when George Bush was elected, he should have quit.
Right. And now let's finish out this comment because I do want you to respond a little bit more on this particular, because this is some interesting stuff. So So she went to the Horizon. This is still Miss Charlene, and I'm going to say my comment after, but I just wanted to get her full comment out, and so you can see why I responded. So then she says, they voted for and continue to support Hamas. How do you think that the Israelis should have responded to the Hamas atrocities? Okay. Now let's say that the Hamas, like you said, they probably, let's just say they did bomb them and stuff. Okay. So
All right.
let's just say they did. So they go in there and then they shoot up Hamas the same way they've been doing it, blowing up their building, doing the stuff that they've been doing. And then
killing their children.
But then she moves on and says, the Muslim religion teaches in their holy book, the Quran, that you should be murdered too unless you are a Muslim. They murder those people in cold blood. Now that right there, I had to respond because I know for a fact it's not true. I am a Muslim and I do read the Quran. It doesn't teach that. It actually teaches that the Jews and Jews and Christians are are people of the book, and that their scriptures are true scriptures, and so those are certain things that but of course there's differences. People debate. There's all sorts of religious debate, but you got to be a little bit of truth because certain stuff is just not true, and it's easy to find it. It's like internet. That's not a secret. That's hard to find. But I'm like, okay, but not to say that you gotta agree with Muslims and stuff. I'm just saying that it's no need. There's a lot of stuff that you can argue with them about that they truly believe, But you don't have to lie, though. That's my point. You could just use what they actually say, and then you can say say what you gotta say because this is what they actually believe. That's a difference. You don't have to. My thing is, you don't have to say they actually believe that. It don't say that. It says actually the opposite. It actually people don't even understand that Jesus that Jesus is honored. Now that's the main debate that the Christians and the Muslims have had over the centuries. Is Jesus the Son of God or is he the prophet of God? That is the debate. That is the argument. But
wait. Say that first part again. That Jesus is what?
So the debate between the Christians and Muslims, the main debate between Christians and Muslims over the centuries has been: is Jesus the Son of God, or is Jesus the prophet of God? Both of them love Jesus. So the words and the teachings of Jesus are honored and sacred and revealed as divine in Islam and in Christianity. It's just in Islam they are saying that he is a prophet, but not the Son of God. And this is the difference. And that was the debate. But
people who understand he is the Son of God, I can't speak for all of them, so I just speak for me.
Right.
But there are people who believe what I'm about to say. That yes, he is called the Son of God in the Word, but we also recognize him as God. You ask a Jehovah's Witness, though, you're gonna get a completely different thing. They will agree with Muslims that he's a prophet, and they may say he's the Son, but they never recognize him as God, even though there are more than several scriptures that clearly show, from my estimation, from how I discern what it means, that point blank show that he's more than just the Son.
Right. And like I said, but see, that would be the debate, though. That would be the debate to have and to say. But when somebody has taught her, or I don't think she made that up. I believe that probably somebody is telling her that the Muslim religion teaches in their holy book that you should be murdered unless you are a Muslim. That is absolutely not true. It actually tells you that the believing Christians and the believing Jews can be taken as they can get married to Muslims. They actually say that because that's what is in the Quran. I'm just saying. People don't. You don't change their religion. You can't change their, like, if you, let's say there's somebody's daughter who's a Christian, and let's say a Muslim married them. They're not supposed to try to make her turn into a Muslim. That's what it says. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, you can eat their food. Like if you look in Deuteronomy and Leviticus, the way that the Christian is supposed to eat and the Jewish person is supposed to eat, that's the way the Muslim is supposed to eat. You supposed that, you know. So I'm just saying, like, and it says that they are going to be judged by their book. They're going to be judged by what they are taught. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. So they're going to go to heaven too. So it tells you that, you know, like, you know. So, but and, you know, like I said, there's a whole bunch of debates there. But my thing is, there is no need. You can debate on stuff that's actually, you know, being said for real. My thing is, I don't know who is teaching these people that if you are not a Muslim, you should be murdered.
Well, I mean, there are some examples.
Have you heard that?
Yes, I mean,
yes.
Yeah, I have heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have. I mean, there was, I want to say it was in Nigeria, a young Christian. Was she a teacher or a student? I think she was a student. And she made a reference that wasn't like a direct insult. I'm trying to remember exactly what she said, but it ended up costing her life, and she was killed by Muslims. And it wasn't so much. That's what I was about to say that. I don't think it was that. It may have been close, but I don't think it was exactly that. But it was taken as an offense, and punishment in their estimation was exacted upon her. Okay. And I'm not saying, and I'm not lumping everyone in that's a Muslim into that, because there are some that don't believe that and won't go that route. The same way, and on the other side, you can say the same thing about people who call themselves Christians and try to convert people at the end of the sword by way of crusades. You know, and that's not what the word calls us to do. It doesn't say go force everyone to believe the word. No, it says go and preach and share. But, you know, if they don't accept it, you know, dust off your feet and keep going. I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
It's not
exactly what's right. So, but the thing is, though, let me ask you this here: the part where it says the Quran teaches, because that's what she said, teaches in their holy book that you should be murdered unless you are a Muslim. Have you heard anybody like saying that though? That's all I was mainly.
You must strike the neck of the infidel.
Right. Are they saying that you should kill it? Well, okay, so where you said the infidel?
Strike. I think what I've heard is strike the neck of the infidel. Well, okay. Infidels will be those who are outside of the Muslim belief.
Okay, so that now those could be. I mean, see, and like I said, I could. It doesn't say that in the Quran though. It don't say that, but these are war cries that was happening during the Crusades. That's all I'm just, and like I said, I know that that's probably what it comes from, but and people who, you know, of course y'all don't read it, so you know somebody could say that, and then you know of course you would believe it because you just don't know. No, I'm just saying. I'm not talking about you, but I'm just saying in general. Like if somebody tells me something, like they tells us that in the Talmud that, you know, they tell Jesus is burning in hell in a pit of boo-boo.
Upside down in a vat of excrement.
That's what they told us. Now I never read the Talmud.
Yeah,
So,
that's I
yeah,
haven't read the entire thing either.
oh no, it's a bunch of books.
Excerpts are enough.
Well, no, it's a bunch of books, and we could study stuff.
It
That don't
is.
mean, yeah, we could study something. That don't mean we believe in it. See, that's nothing. Just because you read something, that don't mean nothing. You can read it and judge, but that don't mean you into it like that. So if I had some available, I know they're expensive. They don't want everybody to get them, but
Exactly, and that's how you know, what's in there is some poppycock
yeah,
because they're trying to hide it.
right, and they don't want everybody to see it. But at the same time, it's like this. Yeah, but now you can actually find some of it, and it's there. I can't read that
Yes,
that Yiddish and that Hebrew stuff. I can't read it. I ain't gonna lie. So
that's from what I've heard, from what I've seen. That's not even Hebrew.
yeah,
That's not even the actual Hebrew.
No, because that's their interpretation. That's what the Talmud is. So that's kind of what I responded to Ms. Charlene. And I didn't. First of all, I just said, the Quran does not teach that. I'm not sure who taught you that Muslims are taught that. That's all I said there. And then I just asked her, did she know that, another sacred book of these Israelis is called the Talmud? Guess what the Talmud teaches about Jesus? And she didn't respond, and then I just said, I waited for a minute, but I just basically told her, do you know that Jesus was Palestinian?
Well, I wouldn't say Palestinian.
Why not?
I mean, because the book says he was born in Bethlehem.
Okay,
and
hold on.
He was a Nazarene.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's look at the map. That's where it is. It's called Palestine right now.
Look, I understand it, but it wasn't called Palestine then.
Okay, but
I'm completely familiar with the history that it became Palestine afterwards, and I have no issue with that. Why? Because God saw fit that Jerusalem should fall.
Well, the thing is, it's like this. This is what I try to tell people. There's a lot of deception in this stuff that we call religion, and it's very tough. That's why I said when we're debating, it's very tough to really get it. It's because sometimes we think the way we heard something first is the right way, and we kind of scared to question up that way. It doesn't mean that we throw it away. See, that's actually what I was debating about to someone else over, but I won't go into that real quick. Actually, I'll just show a picture. I did bring it up real quick. This guy, he's about science and all this stuff. But I was saying, like, you got to realize that these spiritual systems. So yeah, Marty, he's a scientist. So I debated with him on this. But anyway, I'm saying, dude, just because you found a couple of falsehoods that were kind of mixed into the books that we got, like, the slave Bible or, King James, even though is inspired by God, but the thing is, they could what is called the Protestant Bible. They could misinterpret some stuff for people, and then people is thinking one way, but really it's meaning a whole different thing. We know, so my thing is this: it's not about trying to force people to actually accept the narrative. All I'm saying is this: you don't throw just because you believe you found something that was incorrect. So I'm not saying that it is incorrect. I'm saying just because the person, let's say you run across something in your discipline, right? And you said, what, this here that was taught to me this way, I don't believe it like that no more because of this, because of whatever you came up with. Now you could be wrong. I ain't saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying you think that you found one thing that's not right, and now the whole thing is evil now.
And this is from Marty Johnson. Who is the she he is referring to? Charlene?
No. This is a
Well,
totally different post. This is a totally different.
Okay, well, who is the she he is referring to? God?
Oh yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he was being funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was being funny. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see the screen now. Yeah, he was trying to be funny. I didn't take that bait. That's a baited response to me.
A trap, yeah.
Yeah, that's a baited response to me. I didn't take the bait. It's fine. It's okay. It's all right. So the point is, though, you see, people don't understand. Like, I'm a Muslim. They be like, "How come you be arguing the Bible?" I'm like, listen, because I understand what a lot of folks don't get, because we were raised under English language. English language did not even exist at that time. So it's so funny to me. I ask my kids questions. That English language didn't even exist to probably 1,000 years after all of this went on. The people in the same area spoke very similar languages. They understood each other. Aramaic, the Hebrew, Arabic. That's all the same stuff that they sounded like. Amharic. They didn't sound like us. And this is a hard part that a lot of us really don't get, because we were raised in a totally different zone. In our programming of what these religions do, they speak totally different languages. So you got the Muslims, they speak the Arabic. You got the Jews, they speak Hebrews. And then you got the Christians, they speak, like French and English and Romance languages, Greek and stuff.
Greek, Latin.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. That's how we were trained. But when this stuff was being revealed, that's not how it actually was. And the history is easily clear. These people spoke very near the same languages. They're called Semitic languages. That's what they call, right?
Yes.
What's it called? Afro-Asiatic Semitic languages. So Hebrew, Arabic, Amharic, what else? This Go ahead.
If you look up the word Semite, one of the definitions says that one that speaks one of the ancient Semitic languages. Now, I have a problem with that definition, and to me it's simple. Just because you speak a language, that does not determine your nationality. I mean, because people can learn languages. You can pick a language. If I learn Spanish, does that make me Spanish?
Well,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't make me Mexican or good.
Yeah, words have different definitions too. So I
They do.
So I looked up this one here. So which one you thinking you want to check out? I'm gonna check out several of them. So let's look at Wikipedia. Oh, we want to see what it means in the Bible?
No, just the word Semite.
Well, that's what I did.
See what it says.
Several things pop up. So this one says a member of any of the peoples who speak or spoke a Semitic language, including in particular the Jews and Arab. So that's what they say.
Okay.
Wait, that's
off rip, they're excluding a group of people off rip with that definition, and that's going outside of just learning a language. I mean, to me it's patently absurd for that to even be the definition.
Well, it's
because if someone learns it, I give you a prime example. There's this movie called The 13th Warrior with Antonio Banderas. He's a Muslim, and he travels with a Nordic tribe back to their homeland man to help them fight. He doesn't speak their language, but by the time they get there, he does.
Mhm.
And they asked him, well, we didn't teach you, how did you learn this? And he said, I listened. You know, they would talk all the time, and well, I ain't gonna say all the time, but in that travel, they would speak, and eventually he picked up on, okay, well, that doesn't make him a Norwegian or a member of that Nordic tribe just because he learned the language.
But
that's why I say it's patently absurd.
Well,
and it's more of the hoodwink that we all are experiencing now.
Well, let me ask you this here. See, that is how we were taught to accept what a person is, blood and stuff. But everybody did not do it that way. Do you see what I'm saying? See, that's the thing.
I get that.
Yeah, like the way that we were raised up, like even what's called Native American people, like people be debating over where you want to be indigenous, black, Native American, stuff like that. Like all of this nationalities, a nation state, that's not how nation was came up with. It was actually a bloodline. Nation is a group of people. It is not a place. You didn't have to have a place to be a nation. You know, you're right. You could be an Israelite nation, but y'all live all over the place.
And that's what it is.
Right. That's how people were using it for a long, long, long time. But now you hear nation, you expect to see where a place is. And you can't tell nobody nothing different because that's how they heard it and that's what they think. But all I'm saying is, if you see somebody keep writing the same definition, but it don't make sense to you, you gotta see like why are they thinking this way? Because you gotta realize like people that's called Arabs now, okay, in Arabia, right, way back then, they got this thing where they was called the Cimarron, and then I have Musta Ariba, basically. I'm not pronouncing it right because whatever. But basically, it was a term that meant they are the people who's trying to be Arab. So they're trying to be black, or like it'd be yo, what's up, brother? You know what I'm saying? It'd be a white guy coming to you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood. I ain't really from the hood, but you know what I'm saying? I see you saying, I see what's up, brother. You know, and you just like, dude, you kind of fake. But they're trying to speak the language. They're trying to sound like you. They're trying to get included with you. But you can patently see that they're from a whole nother group of people. And that's kind of what the northern folks did in Arabia way back, because that part is Africa. Basically, it's Northeast Africa. It was black at that time, mostly black folks. People don't even realize that a lot of the Nigerians, Olodumare, and a lot of these tribes, I believe it was the Hausa, and some of these tribes, they, in their own history, they came from Arabia. Those are Arabs. They're blacks. They're black people. But because of the conflicts with the white northerners way back then, a lot of them were pushed into the part of Africa that they're in the area that they're at now. But they are Arabs. So when people say Arab, we're looking at a place, but them folks are thinking differently. I'll say it that way. So, right now they're saying Semites, they're talking about a language. That's what they're talking about. And like you said, to us, we're like, well, I could just learn that language, so I'm a Semite now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know that's what you're thinking. Yeah, but see, because we're thinking blood. We're thinking like, you wasn't born there. Blood. I'm just thinking straight on that definition of, if you speak a language, then that's how they did it. I mean, it can mean your nationality, but that's not true when that's not completely true
when people learn languages. If you learn a
But
different
when
language. If I learn French,
Mhm.
I'm not French.
That's how those people was doing it.
I don't.
Not
I don't
nowadays, but
say
at that
the
time, I
country.
think that's how they did it.
Okay.
What's up?
I mean, I'm sitting on my front porch and something just flew by and it wasn't a leaf.
It wasn't a leaf.
And it's night.
It was a bird.
A leaf.
Oh.
At night?
A bird, yeah, birds can fly at night. It's not good for them.
Well, I mean,
it might be an owl.
It was, I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think it was an owl.
Oh, okay.
It could have been, but either way.
Right.
If I learn Spanish tonight, I do not become a Mexican in the morning.
Well, but you notice. But now look. Okay, so let's take that example. Now these people are called Hispanics.
Which, by the way, isn't even a word.
No, but do you see how that happened? Spain.
Oh yes.
Spain, and they also call Latino and Latin X's and stuff.
Oh, and that is so disrespectful. I've spoken to some people in that community, and they are absolutely disgusted by Latin X. And I tell them that, yeah, I feel you, because I say Latinx to be as disrespectful as I can to the people who came up with that. Guess who are the people who came up with that?
Use
ADL.
See, there you go.
Yeah, ADLers, the Revelation 2-9ers.
See? And see, this is what a lot of folks don't understand. They get deceived and they really believe, though. That's why, that's why I say, I try to be, because when you're debating with somebody, sometimes you got to pour on the heat, but sometimes you realize that the person is really, really not, they really are righteously fueled in their debating you. And so when somebody really believes in what they're saying, it's not good to meet them on the same spirit level as far as back and forth, because that's just not, especially if you know for a fact that they are incorrect, because what happens is it makes them not even want to admit that they're correct. Once they realize, like, oh, this person got me. Now it's not about the truth no more. It's about winning the little debate. Yeah. And so that's why.
And I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that because I spoke to Flavor King about this, and he said, well, man, it's not about whether you're right or wrong. It's about winning the debate. I told him, well, no, it can't be about just winning the debate, because if that's the goal, then you can lie and whatever else, and then there's no hope that the person will come to the knowledge of the truth.
Right.
You just saying whatever to win an argument.
Yeah.
That's not going to be edifying of either anyone involved.
Right. It's not really smart either, because it's about the actual truth. That is what I'm actually trying to find. If I'm incorrect, then somebody, even if they're laughing at me, like sometimes Keith Charles, and they'd be like, look, you stupid. You did. Let me actually show the picture of what we're talking about too, so that way people can see. These are the little pages. These are the little pages where we have our little debates at sometimes with folks. Let me do it this way. Hold on a second. Let's share this page. Okay, let's see. Let me bring the reparations movement. Let's try that.
But there are some. I mean, and like I said, I understand leaving the door open, and I'm not shutting the door on anybody. I just
No, sometimes you do gotta put the heat on.
Some people aren't coming. Some people aren't coming back.
Oh, but we don't know. We don't know who is who and what's going what. We really don't know because the thing is that sometimes you can see. Let me. I'll give you an example. I mean, I know what you're saying, but I'll give you an example. Like there's some people that you was talking to, I was talking to 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I actually have brothers on this thing, this little what is this little Facebook stuff. This little Facebook stuff, cussing me out, telling me that I was wrong and all this stuff, and they had all the reasons in the world proving this and proving. Oh my God, come on, guys! And they're dragging Jada.
Well, hey, she did it to herself.
Yeah, she's kind of idiot. But this is one of the pages that we do a lot of debating on. That's my brother BNT's on it. But he don't really be debating. Dynasty Mirror, brother Mansa Musa be putting up some good stuff. You ever check his stuff out? Yeah, I've seen him drop something from time to time. This dude, he was cool for a while ago, but then he just turns totally this Cyrus Styles. He's such a wacko. I mean, he's weird. Yeah, he's a wacko. I mean, and in some respects, he knows what's happening, but then he'll discard it. But he won't go to the extent that Mark or Cornelius will. No, because he's kind of, but he was dating one of those shills, and then I think they had a little breakup and whatever. Because when you've been on this page for as long as I've been looking at this page, you actually can know some of these people, and you end up remembering some of their. No, back up. Go, hold on, before you go away from it. Go back down. Keep going. Next one. Not the one that's go the other direction. This one. Is it this? Can you hear me? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I'm going to Can you hear it? Yeah, I hear you now. The next one. Yeah, the next one. More? That right there. Okay. That one right there. Mike Johnson. If you read. This guy he's an Air Force guy. No, you passed it. Oh, the one where they show the children. Okay. And I guess that's a black woman. Yeah. I've seen this picture many times before. Go ahead. And what it speaks of is how, I mean, if you just read the first, I think it's the first 9 words. It says, scientifically, the black woman is the only organ that possesses. Stop. Okay. Organ? Only organ. See? Yeah. Organ? Yeah, it's organ. But you see my comments and you see what I get for what I said, and I'm just being 100. It didn't start with you. Let's look at your. Okay, hold on. For the audience, I'm just gonna go ahead and read the actual full little, the little comment that starts it. It says, okay, did you know, this is by Lavette Johnson, and she's with Mary Betts and Yolanda Hermes. So, okay. Did you know, scientifically, now these are black women probably, saying that the black woman is the only organ that possesses the mitochondria DNA that has all variation possible for every different kind of human being on this earth. The African, the albino, the European, the Middle Eastern, etc. When the DNA of a black woman mutates, all other types of human beings come about. This is called the Eve gene. It is only found in black women. Respect to every black woman. They are more powerful than we know. Now, it's very false. That's a very false statement. Extremely. But let's see what you said. Now Now let's see what you said. Let's see if you scientifically, because they went scientifically here.
Did they? With
That's what,
organs?
well, that's what they
I mean,
said.
what are they talking about?
This is what
Wait,
they
are they
said.
talking about a part of the body? Or are they talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, that's my point. So that, but they said the word scientific. So right there, you
Well,
could
they're
have,
not.
but you could have got them that way. So, honey, so let's see, 18 people liked it. Let's see who all liked this stuff. Okay, so honey, she be, you know, sometimes she be cool, and sometimes she be trying to blast me. Okay, Ronnie Young, Eric, Barbara, Pamela, Kit, all of these people said they liked it. They was good with it. They was happy about it. Okay. So now here you go. Ain't on Leroy. Here you go. What a beta black man carry the dominant gene and determine the sex. Man up and stake your claim, bruh. Why you come in with the flames, man? You came in with the flames.
I had to, because there was a guy who posted, and it's like, and I had to tell it. I made another comment. Read the next person. I think
Leroy
it's Chantel
Stanley.
Bullock.
Oh, so this is a dude? Hold on a second. Oh, this is Herman.
No,
Herman's
a
post.
dude posted it.
Oh, I see. Herman's post. Okay. Yeah, I was looking weird. I thought it was Lovette. But really, Herman is the one who posted that. He's trying to get some access. That's all that is. He's trying to get that access. Okay, so, you know, so.
Then he is a baby.
So you telling me she, you know, because this woman is looking like a HOE. Because you got all these different races of dudes who comes around, and then next thing you know, everybody get access to her though. And then what is this? What is on the ground on the leg? A dead skull. What is that? Why is she in scarlet red? You know, so those all symbolisms. But
it is.
Yeah, but look,
maybe
Leroy
it speaks to her organ.
Leroy Stanley, you said Carol Williams said he didn't say they didn't. You are such a clown with that fake ass profile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
George Soros and who's the other one?
Vladimir Zelensky.
Yeah. Carol Williams, do you know?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's fine. The scientific black woman is the organ, yada, yada, yada. Okay, only excludes everyone else. Try and keep up with your sensitive self. Facts don't care about your feelings. Embrace your role. You should be you should be called the God gene or the creator gene. Women are the creator in human form.
Oh my goodness.
This is Chai. Henry.
Good.
Who's this?
Yeah, I started to respond to her and just let her know that women are way too emotional for that type of role.
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna say it like this. Leroy, though. Really, when you're talking about the creator, the male aspect is responded to in the male form, but really, if you look at the Bible, it says, male and female created he them and called their name Adam. You know that?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, male and female made he them.
And called their name Adam. You know that, right?
Okay, well what?
Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up.
Yeah,
let's look at this real quick. Yeah, go right to Genesis.
I'm turning the pages.
I'm spelling it wrong. Hold on. King James Version Bible. Let's try Gateway.
I'm turning the pages right now.
Here we go. So let's
And the
look
Lord
at
God
this.
formed.
And let's say, let there be in the firmament God made two great lights. Okay, wait. We're going to see, because it shows several different iterations, a couple different iterations where you made the first man, and then you made, okay, so the beginning he created heavens and earth. Let's go straight. God said, let there be lights. God, okay, see, firmament, evening, morning, the fourth day. Let's go to this one. This is, so the sixth day. Oh, wait. Okay, two beasts. Okay. So let's go down some more. Oh, actually, no. Let's go over. Okay. Where is, how you get to the next thing? Oh, right there. We're just going to go because, wait a minute. I got to figure out how to scroll to the next page because so much advertising on this. Okay, let's try it.
I'm in the second chapter right now. I mean,
No, it should
looking
be.
for a way.
Yeah, let's see. Damn. I don't know how to. Okay, let's try this. Is it this? I'm trying to show it on screen. Yeah, you'll see it.
I mean, are you talking about the first chapter?
Yeah, it should be in the first chapter here, but let's look at this.
Okay, first chapter, 27 verse.
Yeah.
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them.
Right.
And
So
God blessed them.
Yes.
And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat.
Okay, hold on a second.
And to,
Thus the heavens were finished. Now this is the seventh day. This is part 2. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he made rest. Yeah, they are. Okay, so we're just going through it real quick because there's another part. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, breathed into his nostrils. Okay, and man became a living soul. Okay, the Lord planted a garden around the grove.
Before you go to the next verse, just a slight rabbit trail. Brunel Sanaa says chapter 2, verse 7 applies to every person. That you're not alive until you're outside the womb and you breathe. When obviously Adam was not born, he was made. Eve was not born, she was made. He gave them life by breathing into them. He does not have to do that to each person afterwards.
All right, let's see.
But go ahead, continue. I just wanted to make that point clear. So if she ever hears this, maybe she'll wake up. Because she is of the opinion that when the abortion is committed, that a life is not taken.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that debate.
Yeah. And she goes so far as to say, okay, well, let's take the embryo out of the mother and place it on the ground and see what happens in 9 months. I said, well, you just proved my point, because it won't take 9 seconds. The embryo, the fetus, the child, whatever you want to call the babe, will be dead. Well, in order for it to die, then it must be alive. You can't, something that's dead doesn't die. Something that is alive dies. And that is, to me, that is so incredibly simple I don't understand how anyone can miss that
Let me just, okay, so it's 5.
unless they just choose.
See, because here it
Go
is.
ahead.
This is it. This is it. Because there are several. It repeats the creation of man in different parts, different sections. So let's go to 5, Genesis 5. So this is the book of the generations of Adam. So in the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness. Now, what does that mean to you? Now, this is the same book, it's the same Genesis. It says revealed at the same time as Genesis 1. So he's giving you this different details of the creation of man. So we often see the first section, right? Genesis 1. So we see this, the beginning of the word, and then we go all the way to him, and then the beast creepeth on the earth. Let's see. Set up to be. Okay, so 27, like I said, he on the 6th day he created man in his own image of God, created he him. So right here, if you just looked at that, you would think that him is just the one guy, the dude part. And and then it says male and female created he them. This is the same day. That's what if you just was
called their name Adam. I mean, it will make. I mean, it makes sense because we understand that Eve was made from Adam.
That's my point.
God did not make Eve from the dust of the ground per se.
Well, through Adam,
not in the direct sense that he did with Adam.
Right. So, but the point that I wanted to make though is when you look at all of those you see, if you read just one of them, you have one perception, and then there's another one when he gives you a little more insight. But then, and a lot of people skip that part, the 5th chapter one, because that gives you a whole nother insight. It's not him is a man is not just the male portion of man. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of people be tripping, because it's like, okay, God, what's it? And Adam said, now, okay, God, take it from men. Yeah, but we go through all this stuff, but that's a whole debate. I mean, people are gonna be raging over that for years and eons. And one person's bound to differ from the other, but at least include all of into your debate. At least include all of the text, so that your perception can at least be thinking about all of it. So, because in this aspect, he's saying that he made him male and female, created he them. And like I said before, we got to realize that when this stuff was revealed, they wasn't speaking English.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of stuff that in languages that people just know, but it's in a different language. It has to be expressly said. Like you could say, Latino. Well, in Spanish, that's talking about a male, just off the rip, just with the word, and you gotta say Latina for the woman. But in other languages, you gotta say, oh, this woman is, whatever. You gotta say it expressly. So, we just need to be aware. That's why I'm like, we get so angry and so huffy with some of our debates, And really, we're not really qualified to get that huffy, because especially over some of this stuff. Now, there's some stuff that's clear when we're talking about biology, when we're talking about certain things where, life, God created. He didn't create you to kill all your kids up. Those type of stuff. It's kind of easy to see, but
Yeah, especially when you read the part where it says, "Be fruitful and multiply."
right. So some of that stuff is easy, but when you're dealing with some of the more detailed portions that could be understood different ways, a lot of folks we don't be careful enough when we're having these conversations, because a lot of times some of this stuff is deliberately, God put something in the scripture to be deliberately taken various ways. So it could be pointing
Yes.
to an actual event. So yeah, it does mean that. But also a person can look at that and say, this actually means that I need to, pursue, and keep my family, do something for my family. This actually means to teach us a lesson about lying. So it could actually be used in several different, and all of them are the truth. But then of course you could go outside of that and just start saying some crazy stuff and try to use it, and it's a lie. So
Oh yeah, because they'll take the verse you just brought up in chapter 5, and where it says, "And he called their name Adam." They'll take that there and say, "See, Adam was male and female." Well, no, but Adam was not male and female.
Right.
Those are two distinct, different things.
But
even though.
But look, if you go into those languages, a lot of people would say that this whole group was called Adam.
Okay, and we can go with the group being called Adam, but we can't make a male and a female be Adam in the singular sense of one person.
Well,
you understand? Because we live in a time now where people have altered pronouns to where there refers to one person.
Right, but let me ask you
this.
You
See what I'm saying now?
So your last name is Stanley, and your wife,
correct?
Her last name is Stanley too. You are Stanley.
Yes.
Both of y'all Stanley.
We became one.
See, that's my
point.
We
still aren't one.
So, but I understand. I understand what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm not saying, and I do agree with you. I know what you're saying. This is how these people try to twist and take stuff. But I'm just saying, if there is a sincere way of looking at that, that actually does show that this is Adam. Their name is Adam. But
she would, and you're right, because they do become one. He said, twain shall become one, meaning two shall become one. When you join in marriage, you do become one, but not in the sense of what these people say today.
Yeah.
What they say today is patently absurd. I mean, oh my goodness. Identity politics is the phrase that's used now, but we can use just one word: lunacy.
Right.
Because Demi Lovato is a female. She is not they.
I know.
She is her.
Right.
And not HIR or ZIR or, oh goodness. It's a cliff that some of humanity has gone off the cliff on. I mean,
what did we say earlier? And like I said, we're about to end it off a little bit. We just was getting into some of these debates. But what did we say earlier? That's why if you hear me, I say this all the time. I try myself. You're never perfect, but I try to be very careful, because I believe that scripture where we get warned. It says the devil's it's going to deceive the whole world. So we think we so smart.
I mean, the Lord said himself that he will send strong delusion
yeah.
that people should believe a lot. And that's for those people who aren't coming back.
Well, no, it didn't say that everybody gonna come back. It didn't say that. He said you're gonna get deceived, but he didn't say that you're gonna stay that way. Because Jesus also said what? You shall know the truth. So
and the truth shall set you free.
So
but those who refuse the truth,
there you
won't.
go. Now that's a different story. But the thing is, the devil's going to deceive the whole world. It's going to be allowed. Doesn't mean that the world's going to stay deceived. That's the other part.
Oh no, the world will stay deceived. The people who hold to the truth won't.
Right. So
and that's why the people who are deceived are like Amari, who calls himself Israeli. He's an American Israeli.
Who?
So I guess he has dual citizenship.
Who's that?
Even though if he would take time and read that Talmud, he'll find out that they don't care about you, Amari, like you think.
Right. But so this is the whole thing. Like I said, this is supposed to be the Gaza Strip. It's by water, so that's good. They got a part of this Egypt part. So we're not gonna go through the whole history of that. But I wanted to just show.
I mean, Israel is actually a part of Africa. That's why they built the Suez Canal to act as if it's something separate, and it's not.
Well, the thing is, this whole thing, this what they call, when people be calling stuff Arabia, this is all, if you look at the tectonic plates, and they got it, where they did a map on how this stuff moves, this is Africa. The same animals are on both sides of this thing. The same animals, the same plants. These people here, they look the same. They're right now, they're bombing these folks down here, this South Yemenis. They have a fight there too. This thing called Djibouti, this is where Eritrea and all of that stuff, and what they call that stuff, this Ethiopia. But the point is that the Horn of Africa, that's where they call all these people pirates and stuff.
Somalia.
Yeah, Somalia. All of this stuff, they have a lot of ancient records there. They got the records. This is the only place on Africa that hasn't actually been conquered and colonized by a Latin or what you call that Catholic entity for the thousands of years. They never was colonized. So they have those original Bibles. They have all that stuff. If you look at these people are speaking what they call it a Semitic language or Afro-Asiatic. This is, if you can talk to some of them. A lot of them are here. They are Christians. A lot of them Catholic, but a lot of them are Muslims as
Coptic,
well. Yeah, a lot of them are Muslims as well. The Coptic Christians, a lot of the Roman Catholic type of Christians and stuff, we would not recognize a lot of the stuff that they believe in. Their Bible have I think it's 86 books. There's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, the Christians.
Yes.
And the thing is, a lot of us won't recognize that because, there's a lot of stuff that happens. You got to realize. That's why I try to tell people, we got to be careful. We be so sure about certain stuff. Certain stuff you can verify, but certain stuff that you don't have the power to actually really get the verification of, because this stuff is real. God's going to bring all this stuff true, but the way that you were taught to understand it, you were taught to understand it A lot of us, we descendants of enslaved people. The whole situation doesn't happen. You know what I mean? We over here now. We way over here.
But we been over here. We was over here when Columbus showed up.
Some of us, and some of our
Yeah, look,
lineage,
there is
some of our
Israelite
lineage.
writings in Tennessee. They have been found in Tennessee.
True.
Well,
but we don't look. Some of our lineage was here. That is a fact. At the same time, we know that our mind has been successfully wiped away because we have to find and study the connection to it. It's very few people that have direct connection to their indigenous lineage that's been here before Columbus and them. That's why we still speak in English. We don't even know. And them folks speaking Spanish down there, it's very few that's got some kind of indigenous stuff going on. And so the thing is, since we speak their language of our enemies, we have to rely on their definitions. And a lot of it's true. So a lot of it is true, but some of it is confusing. And that's why I say we got to be careful, because we be sitting up here, like I said, these people, that's why I said Jesus was Palestine, because where's Nazareth? Where is Nazareth? Let's see. Bethlehem, right? Was it Bethlehem?
yeah, Bethlehem. Yes, he was born in Bethlehem.
Okay.
In a manger. They had to go to Egypt, and I I had to explain to a person who I know is a minister that, I mean, bro, if he looked like a European, when they left Bethlehem, they went to Egypt to get away from Herod. Well, if he looked like a European, he stick out like a sore thumb.
So there you go. He was an Arab.
No,
I mean, because that place was called Arabia. This is the Arabian Peninsula. This is down there.
but
He was an Arab. If you want to say, that's because that's where you was born and that's what it's called. That's what that place has been called that for a long time. Even before, even during that time of Jesus, that they would have recognized that name, Arabia. They would have recognized that. That's why I'm trying to tell people, you got to realize that all of the people around here, it's just like they have been speaking these languages since Jesus. Nobody just came in there and changed their whole entire languages in this whole region. All of these people speak similar. It's a little different here and there, but they understand each other. Even the Israelis, they came in and they speak a little bit different, but the words are basically the same. Shalom, salam, salam.
Everything. A lot of words are similar, but Israeli and Israelite are not.
Well,
except for some of the same letters that are being used.
Right.
There's a specific reason why they chose Israeli over Israelite.
Right.
To separate themselves.
Right.
And in that separation, you find their falsehood.
Well, you find some stuff, and you're probably right. You find a falsehood, but my point, what I was raising is the stuff like if the actual Jesus will come back and just talk to us today, the people he would sound his words and stuff. He would sound like Muslims. I'm just trying to tell people the thing that we look at as Muslims. The type of talk, he always greeted people in peace. The word that everybody around here use for peace sounds like salam. And that's what a lot of folks immediately say, oh, you saying you Muslim? Assalamu alaikum? I'm just trying to get people to understand that the stuff that we think is different, it's a little different. It is different. So we ain't saying there's no differences. But what I'm saying is, even the regular words, the regular languages that we think, oh, that's Muslim stuff. No, that is the language of the area. Even the people in Christians, people are absolute Christians here. They refer to the supreme being as what? Allah. People think, oh, the Quran made that up. No, that word has been around here for a real long time. So,
So let me ask you this, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to those people who were Muslim, who are born and raised Muslims from the Middle East, who become Christians and say what you said near the beginning of this stream, that the Quran says strike the neck of the infidel and we have to take them out, but they're no longer Muslims.
Mm-hmm. I would just ask them to show me. I mean, I've talked to people like that. I would just ask them, show me where and which Quran is actually saying that. Because I just never seen it. Now I speak English, so they probably I know for a fact they know some language stuff that I don't know. So I'm not gonna sit up here and be arrogant and be like, but you're not gonna just say it. That's all I'm asking for. I tell people like, hey, okay, show me where it says that, because the people who translated all these little Qurans that I'm looking at, I got a brother, Kwame. He literally speaks Arabic. He be reading it. Now, so it could tell in certain situations there. Now the Quran does say fight with those who fight with us, but it says not to be the aggressor. So one of the things is true. We taught to fight, so that is a fact. The Prophet Muhammad was killing the people who was opposed them, but they ran first. And guess who they ran to? The Christians. They ran to the Ethiopian Christians who saved them, who saved Islam. So people, that's what I said. The history should be taught, and then people can still argue. I ain't saying you're not going to argue once you learn the history, but it's no need to come up with stuff that's just not true, because it's like you're wasting your argument time. And there's stuff that you could really argue about. And yeah, Quran will tell you some stuff straight up that, you might not agree with, like the blue-eyed, the guilty one, the Romans and all that stuff. It goes into some stuff that people may not agree with. But, but get that stuff and then argue about it. That's all I'm saying. Use that. Don't use something that nobody can actually show us exactly where it says. It's like the way they're telling people is this. It's basically where they're saying to you, they're making people believe that it says if they are not Muslim, kill them. That is definitely not what it's saying. And it doesn't say it. It actually says the opposite. It says, it calls the Christians and Jews, it literally says Christians and Jews. It calls them people of the book. And it says, when you debate with them, debate in the best of manners. It literally says that in the book of Quran. That's what it actually says. But, the people, but if you're going to, one of the things I didn't agree with when I was little, we were going to church, my great grandmother's church. I didn't like that when the churches, they be like, oh, you don't read that book. That's the devil. Huh? I was like, what? I didn't like that because it made it seem like you couldn't even look at something. Otherwise, you're going to hell. My thing is, like, you could look at it. That don't mean you getting into it. just see, okay.
And some people do.
But I'm saying, but see,
And
that's what they were
if that
concerned
pulls you,
about. That's
and if
what they
that
were
pulls you
concerned
away
about.
from,
But look,
if
Leroy,
that pulls you away from the word,
see,
I can understand why they would say that.
well, the thing is, okay, first of all, and that, I mean, okay, that's what they're thinking. But, okay, look, if you were a child, let's say let's say you under 20, maybe, I understand, because you're impressionable. But if you're talking about a 30 or 40-year-old and this person be going up in the work, you're telling me that this person, what does that say? Because what does that say about the word that you're being told? I mean, is it complete? Because I mean, I've looked at all kind of people's word. I don't try to convert folks, and I'm not. I see it's the truth. Oh, that's the truth. There you go. It's the truth. I don't argue with the truth. But my point, and I know many Christians who looked at Muslim books, who read, they still in Christian, they still in the church. I just didn't understand it. And I looked at some people who was in the church and stuff, and they looked at what did they call it, Kabbalah or something like that. They're just seeing what are these people talking about. It doesn't. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, it could also be in what is being taught. Because think about what you said earlier with the Christians who are, we need to go in there and get them people in Gaza.
Right.
Okay, well, if that's what they've been taught, then they have been taught incorrectly. Because the word doesn't say that we need to go convert at the end of the sword or wipe them out, because this place who calls themselves, Israelis and Israel and all that, we aren't supposed to operate at their behest. We're supposed to operate under God's instruction.
Right.
Lean not into your own understanding. Whereas when people are saying, well, we need to blow them off the map.
Why?
Well, the people that you're supporting started blowing them off the map before they got the Balfour Declaration.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that the Balfour Declaration made it okay for them to go in there and do what they've been doing for over 100 years at this point.
Yeah. And let me just.
And that's not starting with the delineation of
that's the Balfour
1948, where the UN established the modern state of Israel. Well, the Lord saw fit that Jerusalem was to be sacked because they strayed.
But wait a minute. See, completely. The thing is, let me ask you this here too, Leroy. Now, so this is the Balfour Declaration. You see who name is right on that. Dear Lord Rothschild.
Rothschild. Okay. Yes.
Now, okay, we know that these are bankers, money changers, who had a problem with them, who had an argument with them in John.
Oh,
turned over their table.
The Lord, Jesus Christ, he went right into the synagogue and started flipping tables.
He's the same
because you turned my house. He said you turned my house into a den of thieves. Okay. And he had a whip.
Yeah.
And he was getting them up out of there.
So these are the same people. I'm just people. All I'm saying, like. And this is the same thing I was trying to tell Marty. And that's why I'm real careful. Because I know a lot of people. Hold on. Oh, let me see what I was telling. Okay, right here. Trying to tell Marty. I'm not trying to really hurt you with the argument. I don't want to be coming at you in a position where I'm trying to hurt you. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm saying things that might end up making you feel a certain way. But it's not my intention to do that as if I'm laughing at you or, you know, I enjoy seeing your maybe some of the things that you thought was, maybe I enjoyed seeing that hurt your feelings or something. No, because once I do that, then it destroys the power of really. It's really the truth that we're trying to actually find. And a lot of times you can tell people feel that way because what they'll do is they'll try to start insulting you to see. That's why he came up with the she and that kind of thing. Just trying to say stuff that makes people like maybe that would have kind of hurt my feelings or something like that to because maybe something I said probably kind of hurt his feelings a little bit. But I was just saying that we don't throw away an entire discipline just because some of it we find is incorrect. And keep in mind, it doesn't mean that what we think is incorrect is incorrect. It could just mean that we understood it incorrectly. And people
but with that said, when correction comes your way, I mean, you have to be humble enough to accept it.
That's the hurting
and
part. That's the part that is very tough, though. And see, and we got to understand, like, it's hard for both sides of that because a lot of times you think you're right and then you be the one wrong, too. But how do you know you're wrong? That's the problem. And the thing is,
I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, I can give you a quick example. With Rashad, his interpretation of why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. He said for his perspective is that it was destroyed for lack of kindness and not showing hospitality to the stranger, and he attempts to use Ezekiel 16:49 to represent that. And I called him on it, literally. I said, well, the theological cemetery you went to, yes, I said cemetery, not seminary. The theological cemetery that you went to, well, did the Bible they gave y'all, did it end at that verse, or did they not allow you to read the next one? Because Ezekiel 16:50 refutes everything you say. Because 16:50 says, and they were haughty and committed abomination before me, therefore I took them away as I saw good.
Now,
but he is in no way humble enough to receive that and make the correction, because whether he's made alliances with the
wait a minute, hold on, stop right there. See, he did not agree with you, right?
He don't have to.
Listen to what I'm saying. I know he don't have to agree with you. I'm saying he didn't, right? He just
correct.
Didn't. Okay, so that's what. So the thing is, okay, we don't necessarily. We can guess why he didn't agree, but we gotta realize that we're guessing, because in that guess, we just guessing why, and a lot of times because we see something so easily, it's right there in black and white. I mean, to us, we can't understand how can you not see this? And so we feel, we can say like, okay, the person must be bought out, or we can say all kinds of things, and it might be true, but what else might be true? That's all I'm saying. Let's see and see, that's where I get, like I said, I get accused of, certain stuff with trying to play both sides, but really, to me, I'm saying that, to me, I was taught that God is merciful and He puts up with a lot of our crap when we wrong.
Oh, He is absolutely long suffering.
So my thing is, okay, if we supposed to be trying to be God-like, it wouldn't be a bad thing for us to try to say, you know what, true enough, he might be nefarious, and I really suspect that portion. But I'm also going to allow this part. Maybe he is stupid. Maybe he just don't want to see it. Maybe it's this too, because that is out there. Because everybody that you debate, everybody that we debate, is not actually an evil person just because they disagree with stuff that we think. And they can be disagreeing real hard, But
some of them we do have to take at their word. Bria Sanel said that in one of our discussions, she said out of her own keyboard that Satan is without sin.
Okay.
Now, this is the same person who tries to use Genesis 2 chapter 2, verse 7, and try to apply it to everyone born, even though it only refers to Adam.
Well,
so,
like I said,
what am I supposed to do?
Some of that stuff, like I said, some of that stuff, it's. I know, like if you're raised into that, and God give you an affinity to really get, like me, I ain't gonna lie. People would be talking before I was really into. I'm still not really into remembering every single verse of Bibles and stuff, but I would just be amazed that people could say, "Oh, John chapter this and that, verse that." I'm like, damn. Dang, I was like,
you have to look at it.
I was like, and then they'll be like,
but she doesn't have to look at Genesis 2:7, and she calls it out, but has a complete misrepresentation of what it means, and tries to apply it in a way to justify abortion.
But what if she was just trying to make you mad because you made her mad about something?
Okay, I made her mad. Well, you done brought out a lie to try and justify you being mad or get back at me. Yeah. Okay, but you're using a lie. So what are you doing?
Using a lie. She's fighting. See, it's not about the truth. That's what I'm talking about. These things.
Well, if she's using a lie to try and fight with you, you're gonna lose.
Well, she might win that conversation to her, so. She might get more.
Yeah, to her, but not in actuality.
It don't matter that.
I mean, look, today, this morning, I posted on Rashad's. I posted on Rashad's page before. I knew you before you were formed in the womb. Off the rip, here she comes with Genesis 2:2, chapter 2, verse 7.
Do you know this guy?
And it's 18. And it's not about the likes or the loves, but that should at least show her that, maybe I might have this wrong. Because it's 18, 20 people who came in here thumbing this up because they understand. What am I missing? I would be the same way if I saw something that showed me that, you might have this wrong. Look, I give you a prime example. What happened to JFK? It's some people who understand that they had it wrong. That, it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald's.
Right.
Even if he fired a shot, it wasn't his shot that made sure he was never going to get up. And some people have that correction. But too many times, people aren't open to be corrected. And that's why Charlene said what she said, because she's viewing it from the lens of, I guess, what she's been taught. I mean, just because someone believes differently doesn't mean I need to take them out.
Right.
That was the Old Testament. when the Lord wasn't playing the radio at all. Oh, in the New Testament, it's something different. I present it to you. You had an option to receive or reject. And based on that, that's how we move forward. Based on the reply, the answer, whatever.
Right.
But now in the current time, I really hope that a lot of people realize from what is happening in Ukraine that they don't fall for the same hoodwink in Israel. Because now a lot of people completely understand that what Ukraine is a sham.
Yeah, just like I was looking this up. Look at that.
Say it again.
Good. Just like I was looking this up. Office of Public Affairs, U.S. Department of Justice. Let's see, when is the date? Hold on a second. An official website of the United States government. Here's how you know. I'm not going to look it up. Let's see something. We just wanted to see if they had. Okay, so this is September 13th, okay, 2023. Miami-based businessman pleads guilty to conspiracy to violate Russia-Ukraine sanctions and commit international money laundering. So they were doing. It's some money laundering with Zelensky and them, stolen money, oligarch fraud money, Ukrainian accused of election interference. So it's just a lot of stuff that's going on with the money over there in Ukraine, and the stupid Zelensky dude is talking about. Let's look at this real quick. I just want people to see.
And not with the help, and not connecting that, не пов'язано.
You are firing.
First of all, you have to know, all these cases.
So this is Fareed Zakaria. Now Zelensky can barely speak English, but Fareed Zakaria is questioning him on, a lot of this money that we're sending over there to you guys to help you. Hey, it's coming up missing. And he's like, well, not the partner's money is missing, it's our own money. And then that.
Okay.
Yeah, but we end up using the partner's money, but they didn't steal our partner's money, they stole our money. But let's listen to what Zelensky says.
You are firing.
First of all, you have to know, all these cases are not with the help, and not connecting that, не пов'язано, as not connected with the help of our partners. So it's not about the weapon of our partners, or money for the weapon, or money for the budget to give pensions, social support, etc. It's another cases. It's not about the partners. So
these are Ukrainian funds.
These are Ukrainian cases, but anyway, yes, but anyway, it doesn't matter for me now. We will fight and win in this war. But again.
So I mean, I'm gonna give him a little grace because he can't speak English that good. I don't know why
that was rough.
He should have just had the translator talk, but he wanted to say.
But hold on, Mike. Isn't it much easier to relay confusion if you don't have a strong command of the language and easily avoid questions?
Yeah, he should have just had
and to me, that's what he just did.
He should have just had the translator say what he meant.
No, can't do that.
No. But yeah, like they can say, now they can say, oh well, I got this wrong, I got that wrong because I didn't know exactly what I was saying. But anyway, the point is, looking for reason.
Yeah, he looking like good dude, night, man.
Dude,
you killing me here.
You're full of shit, bro. But let's look at it now. Fareed's about to ask him a very slick question. Look at the body language. Fareed is real good though. This is serious. But look at Zelensky.
I'm underlining it's not the money of our partners. Also, it's important to know.
Finally, 600 days of war for you, non-stop work. How are you holding up, and do you get depressed? How are you managing?
No, no, no. I'm.
Look, see? You didn't see that.
No,
Woo!
no,
Look. This is a very slick question. I want to look at that again. Look at that question. That's Fareed Zakaria slick. Because he asks them a question. 600 days of war. That would take the toll of anyone who is serious about defeating an enemy and depressed, over 400, they say over 400,000 of these Ukrainian guys were killed.
yeah.
A lot of his army is being murdered and killed. People that he's working with, he's sending them to their deaths.
They don't even respect him.
Now look, this you sending guys to their deaths. And Fareed's like, are you, depressed, or how is this happening?
How are you managing?
No, no, no.
I'm fine. Then he looks over at the guy, and I look with the change when he looks over.
I'm okay, so I can live with it, and I sometimes.
Is he smirking?
He's trying to pretend now because the guy must have been like,
Wait.
look at this again.
Did I just see his teeth?
He's smirking. Look at his face. But let's say, oh, that's a different language. I want y'all to see it again. I'm not gonna stop it this time. We're just gonna go right through it. We're gonna go through
Let him
it
real.
and see. Let me go again, because this, to me, I done seen this. I'm just like, my God, this man is phony. He don't care nothing about the people.
I mean, you seen the
Okay.
videos of him at high heels?
Let's look at it. Okay, let's look at this.
So I can live with it, and I no, no.
And do you? How are you holding up?
For our partners, also, it's important to know.
Finally, 600 days of war for you, nonstop work. How are you holding up, and do you get depressed? How are you managing?
No, no, no. I'm okay, so I can live with it, and I sometimes I don't have a lot of time, but sometimes I'm looking on my children. Yes, they are in Ukraine. They are very Ukrainian.
They are very Ukrainian. Oh my God. This man, he does not look like he is a president at war.
At all. I'm okay with it. So you just fine with apparently 400,000 of your soldiers just gone.
You get money,
I'm okay.
millions of money
I
coming
look for my children, and
They're very Ukrainian.
this is almost like a interview with Canelo Alvarez, someone who knows English, but conveniently forgets it after every fight he loses.
Man, this person here, this dude said, he was like, oh, no, I'm fine. But sometimes,
I look for my children.
like he didn't pick up on the slickness because he don't know the language. Fareed Zakaria, he was supposed to feel like he's asking you, how are you doing? Are you depressed? That's saying like,
Yeah, look, he gave him a softball.
yeah. But he was like, I'm fine.
What?
And that's not how you should be. Like, are you serious? Like 600 days of war, and all those people getting killed, and you're fine. Everything's cool, and it's all good.
Well, hey, I'm not dead, so yeah, I'm great.
No, but sometimes
that's them who died, not me.
he's sick. And money coming up missing. You mismanaging funds. You asking for more money. Oligarchs coming up, and then next thing you know, they see you cool with a bunch of money, extra money. Man, really?
But no, that's not our partners' resources. Those were our resources.
And you allow
You
that?
know, you know what he needs to do? He needs to go to Chicago and sit under Brandon Johnson and learn how to deal with these kind of questions.
Okay, let's see.
Because
Ukrainian
Brandon
tycoon.
Johnson is the worst to ever do it.
Ukrainian tycoon arrested for fraud and money laundering during anti-corruption investigation. So there you go. Some more corruption. People are just getting money left and right. 14 million. Several stuff. It's just a lot of different little corruptions going on, and people. So we sending money over there to the ASOF battalion, and some of this money's coming up missing, people getting killed, chopped up. Yeah, so this is what's happening, but it is what it is. Like I said, the main point, and we're about to end it off because it's time. We gotta go to work tomorrow. But like I said, the main point that I wanted on this one, I hope that we could figure out a way to, I don't know, kind of debate in a more civilized manner. Tomorrow I'm gonna have to, or one of these days this week, I'm gonna have to deal with this clip.
Israel, the Hamas kidnapping children, putting them in cages, killing women, killing the elderly. That's some cowards. That's cowardly. And for all y'all Black Lives Matter who ain't saying nothing, well, let me figure out exactly what happened before I say anything. You. Figure out what? It ain't never been cool to kidnap kids and put them in cages. It ain't never been cool to kill women and elderly. Never been. No matter where you from, what you represent, what tribe you for, don't matter. There ain't never been no cool. There ain't never been none that nobody supported. And then you go and hide and put the kids in front of you as a barricade. That's some coward shit. All you politicians who always have something to say on the contrary, I see you. F you. On my mama, we don't respect none of y'all for that. Peace.
Man, into my veins. I'm here for it.
All right, so
Hey, make sure when you come back to that, instead of showing him saying that,
yeah.
put pictures of
Oh yeah.
Jim Crow era.
I'm gonna get both of them. Yeah, I'm gonna get some of this stuff because we got to deal with that just a little bit, and I don't know who Benny is.
Yeah, put Jim Crow era pictures up.
For some reason,
when we see strange fruit and who's there celebrating.
Right.
While he's talking about, well, it ain't never been nothing nobody ever supported it. Okay, well, explain these pictures, Amari.
For some reason, though, they need Black people to show up and support them. The Mayweather situation. They need Black people, to make their stuff cool for some reason. And that ain't something that we should be, what I'm saying? They
sign it off.
Like I said, this is the same group. They didn't have a problem feeding us crack and funding their dudes to make crack for us, and so this
or showing up to our job, sitting on the bench, lined up with their little purple shirts on, and all of them said, what did they say? Jerusalem or Israel? What? Everybody got on their yarmulke courtside in the Barclays Center.
They didn't have a problem with this either.
Because
way back, 1960. Telling people, we can't buy black. We gotta be.
Yeah,
that means we hate you.
How are you anti-Semitic?
That don't even make sense.
Black? See, and that's it right there. Anything we don't support, immediately we get labeled anti.
Right.
If we don't support the fruity troops, we are all of a sudden homophobic.
Right.
I don't even care about them enough to hate them.
Right.
How am I anti them just because I'm for male and female heterosexual couples?
For natural.
How am I?
Well, you won't die like we want you to die. There you go. You won't kill
in silence, supporting us.
You don't support killing your babies. So
Yeah.
you're anti us because our baby's dying and you sitting up here having them. That ain't right. Okay, so
And that's one of the problems I got with Rashad. Last week he wanted to talk about what happened in Israel, and all of a sudden you hear this emotion for Israeli and Palestinian babies. Meanwhile, the child you just showed on the picture, he don't give a damn about aborting.
oh no, heck no. And
That's a
then
woman's choice.
Then a woman right there in Atlanta, they killing women right in the hospital, pretending like it's a mistake, but they know what they're doing. Sitting up here killing women that's had black women having babies, killing them. Sitting up there, oh, we made a mistake. Oh, it was a bad C-section. Oh, it was this. Oh, it was that. The baby head got chopped off. What? Oh.
And that was a black doctor.
Yeah, no. That's my point. You still dealing with a black
The
radio
same-
show
look,
host. You dealing
The
with a
same
black
way with
radio
the
show
deacon,
host.
the same way with the deacon that was just killed by the police, tased to death, and it was a fender bender.
Mhm.
The man was 62 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe he said something that was flying them out. As an officer, how did he get to the point where you pulled out a taser? He ain't have a weapon.
See?
And we talking about an accident because he wasn't signed the ticket. They called for you to pull out the taser.
They need to embarrass you. Okay?
To death?
To death. Yeah, if you don't submit, they want you to turn around. They got to check you. They put on the rubber glove for you. And they're going to put that finger up your butt. You better not resist. Oh, you did.
Like they did up there in, what was that, Milwaukee?
Yeah. And down in Texas. They're going to rape your girl right in front of you. They're going to take a glove. They got to do a cavity search. Okay? You know it's right. It's okay because I'm the police. See, this here is a badge. It's blue. That's my lights. I'm the police. I got guns. So I get to put this here on and put my finger up your butt. I get to do that. And you don't say nothing. Huh? You resisting? Poof. Kill you. I was forced to kill him. You know, these and it sounds absolutely insane, but literally people have died just like that. People have died just like that.
Yes.
In real life.
But hold on, Lamar, but I thought you said nobody else supported that.
This is a
Very significant degree.
here. I looked this guy up. This one you sent me. It'll take a whole nother show to deal with this person. I'm gonna have to deal with this whole entire video because the guy here is very dangerous. His family is dangerous. So not only is he talking stupid, and this is why like I said, I do not play with what they're doing with that word woke. I do not play with it. This is very serious. I don't accept a little change in it because these are the same people who invented the word Negro. And they made everybody call this the word. These are the same group of folks who came up with the Hamitic myth that y'all was hewers of wood and something like that. Talk about because you laughed at Noah, whatever. Y'all laughed at somebody. And then you deserve to be slaves. These people are very, 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 very slick. Septuagint writers,
yes.
Talmud folks. I'm trying to tell y'all a lot of stuff they are involved in when you start digging into it. But the thing is, when you find they did something, it doesn't mean that everything of it is absolutely wrong. It's just they taught you to understand it wrong. That's what it is. See, that's how slick they are. Sometimes they don't even have to change the word. They can change the way you understand the same words. Because they're using this word called woke, right? But what they're doing is changing the way you understand the word. See? That I'm trying to tell y'all, this is what they do. This is what
they've done that. They've done that, but we can't ignore that some people who look like us who are in our camp have also taken that word and changed it into something else.
No, but the thing is, these people have a nefarious system when they change the word. It's
Oh, they absolutely do.
Now let me show
But
you
the
something.
one- but
Let me
the-
show you something. Hold on. Let me show you something. I'm just
What's
showing
up?
because I done looked this a little bit of his family. It didn't take that long. I looked some. This guy is supposed to be some. See, they be playing both sides of the war, man. They something else, boy.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
That's why I said they are the masters of manipulation
hold on a second. Let's see. Okay. I wish I remember this.
and the guilt trip.
Yeah, how you gonna be the one with the nuclear weapons and you the victim? Okay. You got the helicopter gunships, the tanks. Come on, man. You got the power of turning off somebody's water, electric, heat, everything. You the victim.
That you were doing, that you were exercising way before any of this happened last week.
Yeah.
And you ready for this, Mike? This footage out there. Remember during the lockdowns and all that, and they showing nurses dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, now they got Israeli female soldiers doing the same thing. Well, I mean, if this is so serious, where you find the time to learn the dance to do for the camera with bombs going off?
Yeah, man. I'm not, certain stuff. Hey, I'm just trying to show without what I got to get into. I can't get into it all because it's too much. So this is Thomas Klingenstein. This is him.
There it is.
He's a far-right financier giving millions to fight woke communists. See how they attach our stuff to other stuff? See, they're doing this for a new generation. They know we know where this stuff comes from, but the next generation don't know that these two are different things. Woke communists. What? Stop.
He's you know the phrase that that the Democrats are accusing you of what they're actually doing.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Klingenstein is a partner in Wall Street Investments, Cohen Kleinstein. Bam. Wall Street. Who built that? Where'd they get the money from? Where'd they get the money
Slavery.
from? Yeah. Black folks built Wall Street. We used to live over there. They sat up there.
And buried us under Wall Street.
Right.
Let's not leave that
They
out.
took the cotton money, their families, and they got super rich, and they made sure that we can't get that money. And these are the same folks that don't want you to get no reparation. I'm trying to tell y'all, they moved.
Hey, Amar, if killing and killing children and women and raping ain't never been good and all that, then why don't you have your newfound people hand over some of that money they've been getting all this time to the people who's got no money none of the time?
I can't get too mad at Amari Stoudemire because these people, when you become getting money, they approach you. They approach you and they're very helpful. They're very nice. They're providing accountants for you. And they provide you all sorts of connections. They have all this distribution for you. They can help you get rich and stay rich a long time. They can advise you real good. You become friends with them. And, it's not easy. That's what I'm just trying to get us to understand. Like, if you went down that road, if you might find a hard time too. You might have a hard time resisting some of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Reminds me of a song.
Right. So
the smile in your face.
Right.
All the while trying to
take your place. Exactly.
Backstab.
That's what they are. They're trying to take your place. Exactly. So anyway, the point is, this is a conservative. I can't go into this whole thing, but I just wanted to go into a little bit of the family history of them. So this is his little family, and this is their philanthropies. This is what they're actually concerned about. Okay. So I don't care what he talking about wokeism and this and this stuff, this and this and that. Like he care. His concern is controlling this black people. See, these black folks, us, we're sitting up here calling their crap out, and also we have influence in a big money pot of theirs, which is here in the United States. And it's very important to control and to influence our decision making. And
Yes, and have us support them.
Yeah, it's very, very, very influential. And like I said, now everybody knows that black people, you know, we got such trillions of dollars coming through our hands every year, yada yada, right? We know that we don't spend most of our own money with other black businesses because we don't have the infrastructure, right? So we know that. You know, there's some Arabs, and BMT made a good point. He said, hey, you know, with them Arabs, they got to send that money back to Palestine. They're going to raise the prices on who? Them gas stations, all these little stores that y'all be shopping with them, they, you know, it's going to be a little more expensive because y'all going to finance rebuilding all that Palestine.
Look, but the same gas stations we used to own. My uncle owned one, as a matter of fact, in the West End, and they were forced to sell.
Yeah, so there's some reasons on that, but we can go into that. But yeah, we should own every business that we serve, that serves our people. So, but that's our stuff. But we can do that for another show. But the point is, the fact is that some of our money goes towards a lot of our money goes towards Arabs, Asians. But actually, the bulk of our spending money every month in most of our families in America, it goes to the Jewish community because they own your house, they own your apartment building, they own Walmarts where you're getting a lot of your stuff. They are running all these type of systems, and they make sure even when you start going into your record industry, when you start going into your prison industrial complexes. That's your spending dollars. That's what you gotta have. That you gotta have your food, your shelter, your car note, your Capital One, your all of that stuff. And so these folks. There you go. You can talk now. Go ahead.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now I can hear you on there.
Amazing.
Yeah, you're on there. Yeah, that's it. That was it. But you know, like I said, we're about to end off in a minute. I'm glad that it worked later on, but still. But this is what I'm saying. Like, we're gonna have to deal with that. That's gonna take a whole thing. This guy.
A manufactured problem.
I'm glad you didn't do it tonight because I haven't watched it all. I'm telling you,
Yeah, watch the whole thing. It's I had to listen to it. I got to listen to it several times, but yeah, we'll have to deal with that. It's gonna take a minute, so whatever, it don't matter. But we ain't gonna do it tonight. But I'm just showing that we got to touch on this one because, you know, I'm glad you brought this up too because these are the type of people nobody would know because he sounds dumb. If he wasn't so rich, we could just laugh at this person. But these people are rich and they finance both sides, just like these same youths. They're jumping out here and they're influencing the liberals and the Bidens and all of these folks. But this guy, he's paying Trump in them. He is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, Hillary, all of those guys. Well, yeah, but the more conservative stuff, that's what he kind of is focused on, what they call the conservative stuff. But guess what? It's all geared towards, you know, making sure that these groups of folks, if you look at even, you know, they don't want the black people getting what they're supposed to get, and they are very just go through some of the little stuff, but they're pro this, they're pro Israel basically. They're really pro Israel, which they should because they're Israelis. But at the same time, you got to understand that it's not about America first in their mind, like we would be thinking probably. It's about their stuff, and these are the type of companies they will get up there and say what you want to hear because they done changed the word. See, damn man. Listen, they done changed the understanding of the word. We don't get that. That is some serious magic. They've been doing that.
Yep.
My God, man, they're doing it right in front of us. It's not easy to see. And that's why I don't get too mad at some people. It's not easy. It really is not easy. You really have to, really have to check stuff. And these are things that you would normally never even look into. That's how they know. You got to realize this is a global group. They over there and speaking that language. They here speaking your language. They somewhere else speaking somebody else's language, but they all speaking Yiddish to each other. You don't speak what them folks over there speak, and you don't know what they talking about. But
They don't know what they're talking about. They think they speak.
No, I'm saying these folks do. These people, they know what
When
everybody
we
talking
speak about race,
See, they done made up race.
Yes,
Man,
that was my immediate thought when he said that. I'm like, you.
but at the same time, it's so many contradictions in what he's saying. But if you just listen to it, if you want to believe it, you're going to believe it because he's going to say all the buzzwords. He's going to say the things that if you're in the camp that wants to believe, the stuff that he's saying, you're going to believe it. Because what they do is they mix stuff that they know you agree with. They're going to mix that, but then they'll pepper in just a few of their little stuff. And then they know you're going to eat this up, and then, you're not going to stop the whole process because this was said. So you're just going to kind of go with that. They know that. Woke, like, every time you say woke, man, it don't feel right. Like, come on, this don't really make sense. Woke communists. Huh? How does that get connected?
He looks in the mirror.
But, like I said, it's not easy. That's why I said that's where they get us because we think we're so smart that these people can't trick us. These folks, they are very good. They are very good at doing
manipulating.
They're very good at it. And so, they've been doing it for a while. They got a whole series of books, ancient books called the Talmud. These books, they learn all this stuff. It teaches them that if you see this, if somebody gets involved with a slave, do that. It's a big volume. It's like a whole bunch of other books. It's their ancient stuff. It's from the 2nd century all the way up. It's from the Jesus time. They kept them records. They got that stuff. They know what's up. And they lie to. Yeah, so that way they won't get confused. So they keep the history only to them, so they won't get confused, but they make sure they hide and change and distort the history from everybody else. So we are arguing with each other about, you said Assalamu alaikum. That's for Muslim stuff. Huh? Well, we say hi. What? Did Jesus say hi? I bet you'd be surprised if you heard him when he said it. It was probably sound very similar to what a lot of the same folks over there say. They still say it. So a lot of stuff that we be thinking that certain group stuff is not. It's just normal stuff. The differences is there. You can argue over those things, and that's fine. I don't have no problem with that. But some of the stuff that people be arguing over is not really, you know, people be talking about, you know, oh, Jesus is, you know, or the word of God. They'd be like, well, no, it's the utterances of God. Okay, but it's different. Okay, say the utterances. Say it. Okay, the utterances. Yeah, you can't say the word because the word is, you know. Then they want to argue over that. It should be utterances instead of words.
Yeah. Well, he uttered, called no man rabbi.
Yeah, so we can. Yeah, but
There's
my point
that.
is, yeah, we got
I mean,
all this.
that's a shot at them, not you.
Well, no, I know what you're saying because even rabbi means father or something like that. So yeah, don't call him
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and he said, call no man rabbi because he is the father.
Exactly, but you know, whatever. We don't see it because
And
we think because the way we understand stuff is changed, and they do it right in front of your face. They doing it right there, and you see it, but you don't really see the full picture. But what they do is because they have this old history, this Talmud type stuff. They know that we're going to do it in this generation, and we're going to leave it at that. And then in 2 generations, 30 years from now, our folks are going to do this. They can do that. And it's so smooth that before everybody know it, everybody's saying a completely different thing, and it never started off like that because they done sat there and influence people a little bit at a time. Got you to accept this, now you accept that. Oh, you accept that, so now it's time to accept this. Okay, now there's no such thing as a woman, huh? Damn. See, they were rushing because it was hard for them to get us to accept that, but they wanted to hurry up and get it done. They for some reason they didn't feel that they had enough time, so they just forced it, and now people are resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Yeah. Yeah, this was another debate. You see this one? We'll get into that later
yeah,
one day. Yeah. Thought for humanity. Who caused more harm to humans worldwide? Atheists or agnostics or people of various faiths? So yeah. Anyway, time to go. Time to go to sleep. All right, get to sleep. You gotta go to work, right?
tomorrow night. But yeah,
Okay, tomorrow.
it's all good.
Yeah, so in the morning. So peace. Peace, everybody. And we out.
And love.